Hi, it's Campbell Such. This is Mind Bite Thursday. There's an African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Going far together means being in a team or a group which needs trust and cooperation to do that really well. When scientists are looking to study trust and cooperation, they turn to a game called the prisoner's dilemma. The prisoner's dilemma is, for example, you and your friend have decided to rob a bank. You rob the bank, but you're not very good at it, and the police catch you, put you in a couple of separate cells and interrogate you. You can't communicate with your friend, and they offer you a deal. And the deal is, if you testify against your friend, they get 5 years, and if they don't testify against you, then you get to go free. If it's the other way around, they get to go free. If they testify against you and you don't testify against them, you get 5 years. If you both testify against each other, you both get 3 years. And if you both refuse to testify, then you only get 1 year. So 1 year, if you trust your friend, 1 year seems the right thing to do, the best way to get out of, away with the least amount of prison time. However, can you trust your friend? The police are putting pressure on them. Will they testify against you? So in a one-off game, testifying seems like the best thing to do, the smartest move. However, life's not like that. Your fate really hangs on just one decision. So what happens if you play the game 5 times or 10 times or 20 times and see what happens? Well, Robert Axelrod, during the Cold War between Russia, or the USSR at the time, and America, wanted to look into what would make teams, or what would engender cooperation. And so what he did is he went out to a whole bunch of researchers in a number of different fields, and he started a tournament where he asked each of the teams to build a computer program that would test different types of behavior and play them against each other to see what would happen. So Axelrod had researchers from a whole bunch of different disciplines, maths, economics, sociology, and they built 14 different algorithms plus one that was completely random. One of the algorithms was always nice, even when its opponent screwed it over, it would still trust. Another one was the opposite, it would always take advantage of its opponent and betray it. There was another one that would play nice for a while and then throw in a sneaky betrayal every now and then, and another one that would play nice and monitor its opponent and see what would happen and react accordingly if it got caught out, throw in a sneaky one every now and then as well. So which of those systems won? And the amazing and surprising result was that there was one that absolutely destroyed the rest of the algorithms, one that stood out way up here and all the rest were way down below. And what was that? Well, it was called Tit-For-Tat. So what's Tit-For-Tat? It was simple 2 lines of code. It went in with trust and cooperation, so it cooperated the first time, and then after that it would wait and see what its opponent did, and it would follow its opponent every time. So if its opponent cooperated, it would not dob it in. If its opponent dobbed it in, it would dob it in the next time, and that just absolutely destroyed the rest of the algorithms. So what is it about Tit-For-Tat, TFT, that makes it so special? One thing to recognise is that early on the bad guys win, and what happens is by dobbing in the nice guys, they initially take the high ground. However, the cooperation with the other cooperating programs quickly takes them past, and even the punishing programs learn that it's much more effective for them to cooperate, and they'll go a lot further. So Tit-For-Tat brings in a number of things. It brings, because of the goodwill, cooperating, it brings in the goodwill, and it effectively teaches the other programs the best way to operate. So what happens is it's become not just a cooperator and a punisher, but it also became a teacher. It taught the other programs how to behave nicely, and unless it was one of the completely random programs or the all evil programs, it would bring the other programs into line and teach them how to behave, and would go ahead in leaps and bounds. What Axelrod also found was that one of the key reasons that the not so nice programs didn't succeed was that because they couldn't forgive, they would end up in death spirals and fail completely. Pretty amazing, huh? If we go back to the African proverb, if you want to go far, go together. What's the best way to cooperate and make teams and help teams work together really well? Well, perhaps Tit-For-Tat can help us with that. What are the key things about Tit-For-Tat? It's nice, it's forgiving, it's easy to play with, and it's not afraid to retaliate when necessary. So, crystallised a bunch of thoughts for me. Hopefully that's some useful information for you, something to consider for how you work in your teams. Campbell Such, this is Mind Bite Thursday. Campbell Such over and out. See you next week. Bye.